here I am again to explain some of the changes that have come with S4HANA in pricing procedure only. Okay, so you might have seen my previous videos about changes in S4HANA and business partner and other things, but I'm gradually trying to explain what are the changes that are there in pieces so that you can grasp it and understand what's coming with S4HANA. So this is for the SD guys who have some fair understanding of the module and have done some pricing before. All right. So here, I'm just taking an example of a standard pricing procedure. You know the transaction code V/08, or you can go through SPRO. So the main change that has come with S4HANA is you can see an additional column relevant for accounting. Okay. So here, relevant for accounting has come for the conditions that are marked as statistical. Okay. Because earlier in with ECC and the previous versions, you still have the accounting key. So the if you don't mark the condition type as statistical and you have an accounting key, that means it is relevant for accounting if there is a price in the sales order. But in some cases where you have a condition type as statistical, but you still want the account to be determined, which means you're not charging the customer. It's statistical condition. You're not applying it for the customer, but you still want to see in your account. So it would show that the account has been updated. You're not charging the customer. For example, a discount condition. So if you mark that as statistical, customer won't see that discount being applied, and you will still see in your account. So these are some of the examples why it has come, and it was very common in industries, and there are certain things which they still want to see in the accounts, and uh, and not charge the customer. Okay, so that's one thing which I will show it in the system, and also I'll explain some of the requirements routine that are there that you most commonly see in your procedure. Okay, and in the future videos we'll try and explain more and more routines and uh, calculation types that are being used. Okay, so let's start. So first of all, here I will try and create a sales order. Now here you can see these, you might already know that these three, that this is manual, and manual means that if you want to make use of the condition, you have to manually key in the sales order. This is required, which means without this you can't create a sales order. And then this is statistical. So right now you don't see any statistical or relevant for account determination. And I'll show you the sales order, and then I'll make some changes in the pricing procedure and show it again, and you can then see the difference. Okay, and then I'll explain about this. So let me create a sales order. Okay, we're using just a standard one provided by SAP. So I'll just testing. Okay, and then terms, and then I'll just use one example which I've used now. And we will just use one so that you can understand with the figures more clearly. So one is a good number. I'll just quickly change the item category to TAN because TAS, this material is defaulted by TAS, which means it's a third party sale, but we can change it. And let me see 1 second. If I go right and change it to tan, then it will make it easier. Okay. Yeah. So now if you see here on the conditions, you only see PR00, okay, which is maintained as 150 in the condition record. So why only PR00 and rest of the conditions are not coming? Because it's only the required entry. So system will still allow you to save the sales order. So if you make all of them required, then the system will start throwing error messages, and you need to maintain those and all in every condition. Okay. So let's so this is straightforward. Okay, PR00 and everything is there, and you can see in the net sales value is 150. Okay, so 150, 150, straightforward, straight to. Now let us do some changes in the pricing procedure. So what I'll do is I'll make KA00 as statistical, required, and relevant for account determination, and save. Okay, and then we come back here, and so that it's there. Let's see if there's any update, otherwise we can create a order again. Okay, so we can directly update the pricing changes here by doing this and carry out new pricing. Okay, it hasn't updated straight away, so let me create a sales order. I am expecting that because we made that condition type as required, it should throw an error and then we will see the impact. Okay, so I'll create again. Okay, and then I will enter this one. I'll change task to tan. Sorry, I've taken an example of a material which is tan. So because I've already taken, so it saves time to just not search for the material. But I'll just this is an additional thing that I just have to do to change the navigation of this new is good, but it's still, you have to scroll a lot to change things here. Okay, now you see the pricing condition KA00 is missing. Okay, so because we marked it as mandatory, so let us create a condition record for that and then see how statistical and other things are impacted. So let me go to VK11, KA00, okay, and I will just enter the material we were using in the sales order. I'm just trying to remember which material we're using because it has a get memory parameter, so it will give you the 112. So that's the best way of doing it. 112, and let's say 5%. Okay, and then we save it. Okay, let's see this time whether it automatically enters or not, or we create a new sales order. Okay, so we here pricing, payment to the quantity one. Now let's enter the item category manually before it gives an error message. Now here, now you see the condition type K00 has come, but this is marked as statistical. Okay, so it will not impact your net value. So net value will still be 150 because you see 5% has been applied, 750 you can see, but it is not impacting your net value. So your order value should still be 150. Okay, 150. Okay, now when you create the sales order, I mean, we can do the delivery invoicing later and show in one of the future videos, but in this video I was just trying to show the statistical and the reason why they're relevant for account determination thing. But I'll create more videos to show you the full cycle and how the costing and accounting entries are generated. Okay, so now here you see the pricing procedure that we had, VA001. Here, this was marked as required, so you saw the error. It was marked as statistical, so it does not impact the um, net value, and it is relevant for accounting, which means when you generate the invoice and you see the accounting documents, you will see that that discount that has been applied. Okay, let us try and complete and save the sales order. If there's no incompletion log, it should allow to. Okay, so there is some few things which we have to complete, but it's not relevant for this video. But let's see if we can. And then what else? Loading day. I mean, generally it comes from the material master, but we'll put today's date. Good issue date. Okay, and then let's see if there's anything missing. Transportation planning date. Okay, so now we save the sales order. So now at this point, you don't see the accounting entries, but I'll create a video for the same sales order or similar sales order in the coming video and show that for the statistical condition type, maybe the part two of this video, it does not create any invoicing value. The amount still same, say amounts will still be the same as 150, but you will see the accounting entries generated. Okay, and the next thing I was explaining, trying to explain was that you should have some understanding about the requirement. Now you might have seen. I'll explain in the coming videos about the different kinds of routines that we use and in the projects and which ones. So in an interview, one of the common questions that people ask is that what are the uses of requirement and this all calculation type and this that you have used in your projects. So I'll explain one today and then I'll explain more. So the one that is most commonly used and you should also use it is the requirement which has two. Now what does two mean? Two means that system will check first whether the item that you are using in the sales order is relevant for pricing or not, so that it doesn't go beyond that. So if in the item category condition type it's marked as relevant for pricing, then only it will go and check whether the pricing has been maintained, and then it picks up the price. So it saves the burden on the database. If you don't mark it as tool, it will still work, but it will go and hit more tables and then check and pick up the price. So relevant for pricing is marked in the details of the condition type. All right. So if you go on to the, I think it's VOV6. I think. Let's see. That's VO. Screen line VOV signing, and then VOV before. Sorry, VOV7. Okay, so this is item category. So if I go here on TAN, for example, yeah. So this material that you are using the sales order, you notice that I added TAN there because that material is determined by TAN. The item category determination is a separate topic which we can discuss later. But here you see system first check whether the pricing is relevant or not. So if it says it's not relevant, it won't go further. It will give you an M message: the pricing is not relevant. I'm not going and checking the condition requirements and all that. I'll save your speed and you will get a better performance. So that's one thing. So most of the prerequisites of conditions are entered in here. Okay. So I hope you liked this video. And if there's anything missing that you wanted to understand more about the same topic, just feel free to write something on the in the comment section, and I'll make sure that I'll do something for that. And also, if you like my videos, please subscribe and like, because that will encourage me to make more videos and help you make a better SAP consultant, especially in logistics side SD. Okay. Thanks, guys. Thanks for listening, and I'll come back with more interesting videos.